smart investor.
Welcome back to our special broadcast, India's Festival of Democracy. We are looking at the state election counting in India. It's the world's largest democracy, where free and fair elections take place, where voter turnouts are massive. In fact, they're showing a rising trend all the time. And mandates, particularly in these kind of elections, which are called general elections, have become decisive. And we will be discussing India's vibrant democracy. We'll be analyzing the election trends and results as they come. Munmun?
Good morning to all the viewers. Good morning to you, Mark. It is the decision day for three Indian heartland states of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, and the one South Indian state of Telangana. We will ask today if BJP will return to power in Madhya Pradesh, where it was in power for over 18 out of the last 20 years, or will Congress repeat its 2018 performance? We will also ask if Congress can buck the 30-year-long trend of the ruling party not being re-elected for a straight term in Rajasthan, because the BJP currently is leading in that state. And we will ask if the anti-incumbency will get the better of the KCR government in Telangana and Bhupesh Baghel government in Chhattisgarh.
Well, we'll first look at the headlines, at the top stories at this time. Well, counting of votes for the four Indian states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Telangana is underway, and the results are likely by the evening.
United States and China announced measures to address methane emissions at COP28 in Dubai. Over 110 nations pledged to triple renewable energy capacity by 2030.
Over 700 flights cancelled, buses and train services suspended in Germany's Munich because of a snowfall.
So political reactions have started trickling in on the counting day, and as BJP leads in Madhya Pradesh, Indian Minister and Party Leader Jyotiraditya Scindia is confident that BJP will form the government with absolute majority. Take a listen.
हमारी डबल इंजन की सरकार प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में मध्य प्रदेश में शिवराज सिंह जी के नेतृत्व में जो जन कल्याण की योजनाएं हैं, जो गरीब उत्थान की योजनाएं हैं, सेवा और सुशासन की जो हमारी सरकार है, जनता का पूर्ण आशीर्वाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ रहेगा। मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है कि जनता का आशीर्वाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ रहेगा और समूचे मध्य प्रदेश की जनता को मैं नमन करता हूं और अभी रुझान आ रहे हैं, अंतिम नतीजे तक हम लोग इंतजार करें।
And Madhya Pradesh State Congress President Kamal Nath said that he is very confident as well, and he's trusted the voters of Madhya Pradesh. Let's listen to what he said.
मैंने कोई उलझान नहीं देखे। मुझे 11 बजे तक कोई उलझान की तरफ देखने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। कॉन्फिडेंट हूँ, मुझे मध्य प्रदेश के मतदाताओं पर पूरा विश्वास है। मैं ये सीटें वीटे में नहीं जाता, मैं मतदाताओं पर जाता हूँ।
So that was about Madhya Pradesh, but now let's shift focus to Telangana, because there BJP leader Dr. Prakash Reddy has said that there is a strong anti-incumbency sentiment against the BRS government in the state, and perhaps that's visible in the trends as well, where Congress is leading in that state. Take a listen.
Election campaigning is completed, elections are over now, the results are awaited in few hours. One important factor, it indicates that there is a strong anti-incumbency against the BRS government, which reflects the results of Telangana election results. The strong anti-BRS opinion in the masses, in the public. Certainly, I hope that BRS is winning the battle. Who will win, that will be decided in a short time. Hopefully, we are also expecting good number of seats as BJP.
And the Madhya Pradesh State BJP President V.D. Sharma has said that he believes the BJP will win the most seats till date, creating history. The development will be under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi.
मैं ऐसा मानता हूं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी अभी तक की सर्वाधिक सीटें जीत करके मध्य प्रदेश के अंदर इतिहास बनाएगी। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में मध्य प्रदेश के मन में मोदी का जो अभियान था उसको जनता ने आशीर्वाद दिया है। ये सारी ताकत जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की थी और संगठन की ताकत प्रत्येक बूथ पर मजबूती के साथ जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी मैदान में उतरी, आज मैं कहता हूं कि इस आधार पर ऐतिहासिक बहुमत की सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बनेगी।
And BJP leader Shazia Ilmi has said that her party is confident that BJP will form the governments in at least 3 states, and she could well be referring to the 3 Indian heartland states.
हमें पूरा यकीन है कि 3 राज्यों में हमारी सरकार बन रही है और हम बहुत ही अच्छी बढ़त देखेंगे। एक बड़े फोर्स के तौर पर तेलंगाना में भारतीय जनता पार्टी उभरेगी, लेकिन जहाँ तक बात है राजस्थान की, मध्य प्रदेश की और छत्तीसगढ़ की, हमें लगता है हमारा प्रदर्शन बहुत ही शानदार रहेगा और बहुत ही अच्छी और स्पष्ट जीत भारतीय जनता पार्टी की होगी। कमल ही खिलेगा वहाँ पे इन तीनों राज्यों में।
Well, as early trends show, the BJP is leading in Rajasthan, and the state BJP president has said that the lead will keep growing.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी और देश के यशस्वी लोकप्रिय नेता आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी में अटूट आस्था प्रकट की है, विश्वास व्यक्त किया है और यही परिणाम दिख रहा है कि कई दिनों से हजारों कार्यकर्ता रात दिन पार्टी को विजयश्री दिलाने के लिए काम कर रहे थे। इस जीत का आधार वही है और मैं सोचता हूं अभी शुरुआती बढ़त है, ये बढ़त और बढ़ती जाएगी।
Let's look at the trends now coming in from Madhya Pradesh at this point in time. BJP is leading in 122 seats, followed by the Congress party in 86 seats, and others are bagging 2 seats. So this is a rise of 19 seats from last time around. Remember, in 2008, the Congress has come back to power there. After 18 years or so, it remained in government for 15 months, led by Kamal Nath. But in March 2020, we saw a change of guard when Shivraj Singh Chauhan formed the government again, and it remains to be seen who becomes the chief minister if these trends are consolidated over the next few hours. If indeed this is the number that we see later, because the halfway mark in a 230-member assembly would be around 116. And if these trends were to consolidate, then it will mean that BJP will be comfortably coursing to victory.
Indeed, and so we do follow the Westminster model here in India, and so we look at the number of seats there. There are 230. Half of that is the halfway mark, and a government has to enjoy the majority in the Vidhan Sabha, the assembly, and that would be 116. As Munmun said, currently the BJP is ahead of that number, and so is in the front-runner's post to form the government in Madhya Pradesh, which is the largest state that is going to the polls today. I mean, that the results will be declared today. And
so let's get perspective now on the trends as they are playing out, and of course the fact that India is the world's largest democracy, and this is a festival of democracy, and this is really a day when the world should see how vibrant that democracy in India is. To talk about that, we are being joined by Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist, who's joining us online, and Sudhir Singh, political analyst, is with us in the studio. Mr. Singh, your first thoughts on the vibrancy of Indian democracy, because today the world is watching DD India to see how the trends are taking shape, and also the massive voter participation that we've seen over the past few months.
First of all, elections are biggest festival of democracy, and you can observe that people have voted in larger number in comparison with 2018 when last election took place in these states. Changing of government is a public prerogative. Public is deciding on certain features, certain factors, so it is their prerogative. But the beauty of democracy is that election took place in a transparent manner. No party is challenging that it has gone bad or one party who is in power did wrong. The thing is that result, whatever trend available right now, it is too early, little early, but not so much early because it is 10 plus.
Right.
2 hours counting has taken place. Ballot vote has been completed. EVM has started. So early trend shows that BJP is going to form government in Madhya Pradesh, which is a very crucial state, because last election 2018 BJP was just 4-5 below the Congress. Now, as per present data, they are 123 out of 230, and I think 18 or 16 seats yet to be trend has to come. So in Rajasthan, which is ruled by Congress since last 5 years, and incumbent Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot launched many PVs, and he was confident that on these PVs he will come back. Congress is fighting well in Rajasthan. Congress has not lost the ground, but BJP is far ahead.
Okay.
And lump sum BJP is going to form government. Seats will be around the magic number of the majority. In Telangana, which is a very crucial southern state, BJP had only one MLA in 2018. Later they won 2 seats and they had 3 seats. So BJP is leading around 9 seats.
Right.
So it is a big achievement because in Lok Sabha election just happened after few months after 2018 assembly seat, BJP won 4 Lok Sabha seats in Telangana. So BJP is going
gaining
to increase
ground
not only its seat number but vote share also. So Chhattisgarh, there is a neck-to-neck fight. BJP was only 15 MLA last time. This time BJP is giving a very nail-biting kind of fight to the Congress party. So I believe that anti-incumbency has been converted into pro-incumbency with the magic leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Madhya Pradesh, and anti-incumbency worked against the Congress party in Rajasthan, and anti-incumbency worked against TRS in Telangana, and in Chhattisgarh anti-incumbency is working, but how much it will work, I mean...
Fascinating analysis there by Dr. Sudhir Singh, describing the political nature of our democracy. And let's turn to Mr. Shekhar Iyer, who's covered elections for a very long time in India. Mr. Shekhar Iyer, why do you think people are calling this a semi-final before the general election of 2024?
Thank you, Mark. Good morning to both of you. There is a tendency to call an election before the parliamentary elections a semi-final. We saw it in 2018 too, but 2018, the Congress won in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. But in the Lok Sabha elections of 2019, the people overwhelmingly voted for the leadership of Prime Minister Modi in the parliamentary elections. Now, this time we are seeing that it has been a very, very tough fight in all the states that went to polls. As Dr. Sudhir Singh just mentioned, the question of anti-incumbency, question of performance, question of development, and question of caste combinations, and also the performance of individual legislators and strategies adopted by the different parties. As we can see today in Rajasthan, I think it is going on the expected lines. In fact, a majority of the exit polls had shown that BJP would be far ahead of the Congress in Rajasthan, and there are reasons for that. Basically, Ashok Gehlot was constantly facing a lot of problems within his own party, and the criticism of his government came from the Congress leaders themselves, including Sachin Pilot. And Sachin Pilot himself, I think the last trends were showing that he himself was struggling in Tonk constituency. So what we can see is when it comes to performance, it comes to implementation of schemes, people reward governments that are, that have delivered on the promises, that have given good governance. At the same time, just as the issue of law and order became a big concern for the voters in Uttar Pradesh in 22, and that's a good reason why they gave Yogi Adityanath a second term. A similar thing is happening in Rajasthan, Mark. In Rajasthan, many of the women voters had listed security for women and law and order as a very important thing on their mind when they went to the polling booths. So one can see that also playing a big part.
Right. We'll continue our conversation. Our reporters are joining us from Ground Zero. Dibyendu is joining us from Delhi, and Shrikant is joining us from Bhopal. Shrikant, I'll come to you because it's now becoming quite evident that BJP is set to form the government there, and over time we'll know today if that is indeed the case in Madhya Pradesh. But we know that there was no CM face projected this time around. The election was fought by BJP under the collective leadership and under the overall leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Is this the impact of the double-engine government that we say? The performance of the central government as well as the BJP government there?
Yes, Murmu, thank you. What was earlier perceived to be a close contest seems to be going to the situation that BJP seems to be pulling ahead in the race. It's crossed the magic majority mark which is required. There were a lot of speculations being played about earlier preceding the campaign that since BJP has chosen to taken up the strategy of not projecting a CM face as was done by Congress. Now, what remains to be seen is, at this moment, what we can say is that the BJP seems to be comfortably ahead. And if this trend will continue, then the next interesting political dynamic will be played out, that who will be the chief minister. If the BJP forms the government, who will be the CM? What decisions the party will take. That will be really interesting to watch. But yeah, as of now, as the trends are coming in, the BJP seems to be comfortably ahead. We seem to be, it seems that, earlier the speculations which were being played that, the BJP might lose a lot of ground due to Shivraj Singh Chauhan not being projected as the CM face. That doesn't seem to have really affected the electorate. And, BJP seems to be heading towards a decisive mandate in Madhya Pradesh.
Indeed, Shrikant, if we look at what's happening in the state, the BJP has actually been in power for 3 terms. There was just a blip for 2 years on 2018 to 2020 when Kamal Nath took over as the chief minister for a brief period of time. Otherwise, it's always been Shivraj Singh Chauhan. He dates back to the time of, the Vajpayee-Advani era. He's an old face. He knows the place. Tell us a little bit about the second rung of leadership, the other leaders who are likely to, come into the fray as potential chief minister candidates.
Or will it be Shivraj Singh Chauhan this time around as well? Sorry to add that, but if you could answer that too.
Well, that really has been an interesting part of the campaign here because, Shivraj Singh Chauhan has at times, hinted that, he might not be meeting the people as a CM, but we just have to wait and watch at this moment. Yeah, one thing the party has done, BJP has done, is it has fielded many of its union ministers, in assembly constituencies. Here we have senior BJP leaders like Prasar Singh Patel, Narendra Singh Tomar, and Fagan Singh Kulaste, so that really has been an interesting fact that you have been fielding your central ministers in your assembly constituencies. At times it was said that the BJP is really concerned about these seats, like especially in the Gwalior-Chambal region. That was the region where it suffered significant losses in the 2018 elections. But maybe it could be said that the party was really keen to do well in these areas. So regarding chief ministerial faces for the BJP, I think it would be too early to take a call, and maybe we would have to wait for some time, to see how the trend shapes up, and if the BJP comes forward with any sort of statement as to if it puts forward any names. So right now, I guess it's just a wait and watch, and everybody's keeping their fingers crossed.
Yes, and let's turn to our other correspondent, Dibyendu, who's also with us at the BJP headquarters in Delhi. Are you the Dibyendu? Tell us what the mood is like there.
Well, Mark, at the BJP headquarters currently, as the results start to trickle in and the trends become more clear, which shows that BJP is perhaps retaining Madhya Pradesh and winning Rajasthan as far as the trends goes. Political leaders have started to come in. There are many spokespersons who has already been here since morning. We are also expecting some of the senior leaders to start arriving at the BJP headquarters. Just a while back, we have seen a BJP supporter who cycled all the way from Rajasthan to here in the national capital of Delhi and the BJP's national headquarters. He even had a huge cutout of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and he also said that he campaigned across Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh in his cycle for the BJP because he believes in the ideals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So also, supporters have started to arrive here at at the BJP headquarters as the trends start settling down, and maybe 2.5 hours from now we'll get a clearer picture about what the results look like, and we'll perhaps be able to see more jubilant celebration here at the BJP headquarters in the national capital of Delhi.
Dibyendu, once the results are known today, will the immediate challenge before the BJP central leadership be to decide who the chief minister should be? I mean, there is a whole process that goes in as far as the BJP parliamentary board is concerned and the state legislature, the legislative meeting of the BJP. But do you think that that is one decision that the central leadership will be looking at?
Well, of course, Munmun, you know, the real challenge would be to select the right chief ministerial candidate for the BJP. But however, the party officially maintains that you know, it is the elected members who elects their chief minister. But however, having said this, you of course know what goes down in selecting the chief minister. So in Rajasthan, of course, Vasundhara Raje is in the fray, and Shivraj Singh Chauhan from Madhya Pradesh, he has been the chief minister of BJP in that state for the longest time now, and he will of course try to retain that position, but and of course it is under the leadership of Shivraj Singh Chauhan perhaps that the BJP won in Madhya Pradesh, and Shivraj would try to leverage that fact, and this is in fact his schemes such as Ladli scheme, many say that have catapulted the BJP to victory, which was till yesterday being said as a close contest between the Congress and the BJP in Madhya Pradesh. However, in as far as Rajasthan is concerned, it's perhaps a trend of the rotating between Congress and the BJP. But of course, having said this, Vasundhara Raje, remember, also met the governor of Rajasthan just after the election was over. In fact, just 2 days back, and she is in fact a big contender for the chief ministerial candidate for Rajasthan. But will the BJP be handing over the medal of you know, the chief minister's position to Vasundhara Raje is something that we'll have to wait for on an official word from the BJP, and this will become more clearer once the complete result is out and the BJP holds its senior level delegation meeting here at the BJP headquarters.
Well, we're going to shift gears a little bit now before we turn to our experts once again, because our correspondent Aisha Khanam is standing by from Hyderabad, and she's going to give us the latest from Telangana, a state in the south of India which has gone to the polls and is seeing anti-incumbency. This is a new state which was carved out of Andhra Pradesh 10 years ago, and this is the after 10 years of the TRS, which became the BRS, they are now facing anti-incumbency there, and their results seem to be shifting towards the Congress. Let's turn to Aisha Khanam, who is with us. Aisha, so put that into perspective for us. What are the reasons for this kind of shift in voter trend?
Well, Mark, let me show you the scenes at Congress office right now. I will give you the reasons for this celebration. Here you see the Congress workers have come up with their own scorecards. You know, these workers are saying that this is their definition of victory here, and they have come with their own scorecard. They are saying Congress will win 88, and the Congress is giving BJP 4 and BRS 21. So it means it is an interesting writing on the wall. It is very clear that the Congress is marching ahead, and the writing on the wall is very clear, because the Congress has managed, to build the party together, and the Congress victory in the neighboring state of Karnataka has given them a boost and motivated them to give a better performance in Telangana. And also the anti-incumbency factor against BRS has worked in their favor, and BRS, which always took pride in the Telangana sentiment, in the Telangana pride, now seems to be trailing because of the fact that the Telangana generation, which participated in the agitation throughout 67 to 2014, is now looking at a change. The younger generation which participated in the Telangana movement is now looking towards a better life, a better ease of living. And this is where the Congress has stepped in, and the Congress has promised the 6 guarantees in Telangana, which seems to have worked in their favor. And the leadership under AICC President Mallikarjun Kharge has also put the party under a united banner. So this also worked in their favor. And on the other hand, if at all the BJP may be getting a single digit in this election results, but it will be, the BJP will see itself as a winner, because BJP in the last election has won just 1 seat, and here now they are leading over 7 seats. That means the BJP vote share is increasing. The BJP in northern Telangana is making its strong presence, and the BJP is likely to set this as a template for the Lok Sabha elections, because the BJP has made inroads in Hyderabad as well. And remember, when the BJP fought the Greater Municipal Hyderabad Corporation elections, that time the BJP kind of reached the grassroots, and here we see the BJP scoring as an increase of their vote share, and this is where the BJP will be satisfied with its performance. But for the Congress, the trouble will begin. The Congress is now crossing the leading numbers in 60 seats, and the Congress says that they will score more than 75. Now, if the Congress scores 60, 65, it will be trouble, because there are more MLAs of BRS who have joined Congress, before the elections. And if the political deals do not work in their favor, if they do not get what they want in the political bargaining, there could be trouble for Congress as such. So that is why there are rumors that we are seeing that if the Congress crosses the mark of 60 or 65, then the Congress MLAs are likely to be shifted at one place. Probably they will be taken to Bangalore, because D.K. Shivkumar, Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister, is here, and he will try to keep all the MLAs together. So for the Congress right now, even if they win, the trouble begins here, because they have to hold all the MLAs together. Yes. And also, who will be the Chief Minister will be the first question. Aisha. Because remember, when the Congress won in Karnataka, it took over 8 to 10 days to decide the Chief Minister in the state. So similar things we see rolling out here in Telangana as well. Yes,
absolutely. So presence of DKS, the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, in Hyderabad is very interesting. But you were talking about the magic number there of 60. It's a 119-member assembly for the viewers. And the majority mark there is 60. Currently, the trends are showing that Congress is leading in 69 assembly constituencies. So who could be the front runner for the Chief Minister's post in that case? Could it be Revanth Reddy, or can that be a surprise choice later?
Well, actually, Congress can be full of surprises, because at the moment it looks like the KPCC president in Telangana, Revanth Reddy, is the front runner. But there are also undercurrents. We are hearing some, murmurs within the Congress talking about giving the Chief Minister post to a woman. So Congress might want to, break the trend here, but that will not be easy, because Revanth Reddy will not easily give up, what he has worked here in Telangana. He has brought the party back in action. So Revanth Reddy is the front runner, but the talks of but the discussions and the speculations doing rounds that the Telangana Congress might also decide in favor of a first woman Chief Minister in Telangana could also be a surprise. But when we speak to the senior leaders in the party, they tell us that it will be the legislatures, it will be the CLP which will decide the Chief Minister. But we know very well how the CLP had to decide in Karnataka as such, and Aisha, how it took over 10 to 12 days to decide the Chief Minister.
Absolutely, Aisha. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates as trends consolidate over time. An extremely interesting election, anti-incumbency showing against the BRS government run by KCR, and Congress, it seems, is on course to forming the government. There remains to be seen who the Chief Minister would be. You're telling us Revanth Reddy is a front runner, but there could be a surprise choice as well.
Indeed. Let's get some reactions in of political leaders who are involved with the election. The Union Minister and the BJP leader, Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, said that the BJP is going to win a big majority in Rajasthan. He is from the state.
देखिए, भारतीय जनता पार्टी इस चुनाव में प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ जीतेगी। मैं पहले दिन से आप सबसे कह रहा था, अभी तो और इंतज़ार करिए। ये तय मानिए कि जादूगर का जादू ख़त्म हो गया है, तिलिस्म टूट गया है और राजस्थान की जनता ने हकीकत पर वोट किया।
So that was Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, and Union Minister and BJP candidate from Narsinghpur said that BJP would perform better in the elections in 5 states than they did last time. Take a listen.
मध्य प्रदेश में प्रचंड बहुमत की सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बनी और मुझे लगता है कि आज जो रुझान आ रहे हैं वो उसके अनुकूल है। राजस्थान हो, मध्य प्रदेश हो, छत्तीसगढ़ में जो हम बढ़त बना रहे हैं, मैंने पहले भी कहा था कि पिछले 5 राज्यों में जो परफॉर्मेंस भारतीय जनता पार्टी का था, हम उससे बेहतर परफॉर्म करेंगे।
Let's turn to our guests. Dr. Sudhir Singh, political analyst, who's with us in the studio, and Shekhar Iyer, political analyst, who is joining us via satellite link. Thank you both for being with us. Dr. Sudhir Singh, so we've looked at the trends. They seem to be getting more consolidated. We are clearly seeing the BJP performing well in the big states of Madhya Pradesh and in Rajasthan as well. How would you analyze this election from the point of view of for our international viewers, they need to know also about how we, go through the process of counting the votes, how we understand how we discuss the election results, why are we making these kind of predictions and things like that.
Counting process is very transparent. We have many rounds of, in MLA seat, roughly 15 round of counting. And each round 10,000 roughly vote, I understand. But the basic thing of this contest is that it should not be taken as a semi-final. Personally, I believe. 4-5 states, including Mizoram, which will be counted tomorrow, 81 combined Lok Sabha seat. If you will say it is semi-final, then I will draw your kind attention that in 2018, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan was won by the Congress party. They formed their government. But 5 months later, they lost Lok Sabha election and BJP won. But here, the things are different in this election. BJP is winning Madhya Pradesh with a quite comfortable majority. Rajasthan also simple majority. And Chhattisgarh, they are doing well. They had 15 MLA. They are about 40 right now.
Right.
And Telangana, they had gone 1 to 8.
Sure.
And many percentage of votes. So I believe that in larger perspective, Lok Sabha election, if you can see, 2024, BJP is on the beneficiary side in terms of number. In terms of perception, also BJP is in largely in a better position because Rajasthan is a big state, and Ashok Gehlot is a very different politician. He is not a common politician. So he had a very complex set of PVs and he was hoping his victory. Therefore, in Rajasthan, trend is whosoever
populist
is losing,
measures.
Whosoever is losing, they are only on 50-60 seat. But Congress is doing well, 70 plus they are fighting. But despite all those arrangements by Ashok Gehlot and PVs, BJP is gaining simple majority, and it is a defeat of PVs culture also, which Prime Minister Modi consistently arguing that PVs culture is against the country's larger growth, because PVs money is coming from essential places. Suppose infrastructure we have to improve, we have to strengthen our army, we have to strengthen our social sector, health sector, education sector. So if we will put money here, then money will be not be there. So this is a rejection of PV's culture also partially. Okay. So there are many understanding, many lessons from the mandate, and I believe it is good for democracy because largely governance should be the key of democracy. Better governance, which Kautilya has stated 2300 years ago, that Raja means king must nurture their people, their subject, as a newborn baby is being nurtured by their parents. So
Yes.
Prime Minister Modi has taken care of the people of India as the parivarjan, as a family. So, I mean, 10 crore gas, I mean, and I mean, every house has water, etc.
Yes.
So many things which is fundamental has been provided at the doorstep of the people, and that is paying back in the electoral numbers.
Okay, you are saying this is the rejection of freebies culture, at least in the two states of Rajasthan as well as Madhya Pradesh. Well, let's go across to Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist. Shekharji, the international audience should know about the importance of the women electorate, because in Madhya Pradesh, if we see, then there was an increase of 15 lakh women voters this time around in 2023 compared to 2018. In Chhattisgarh also, there is more or less a rising trend of women voters. So would you say that it is the women electorate that has actually swayed the verdict in favor of the BJP in Madhya Pradesh, with so much focus on the Ladli Behna Yojana? In almost every statement, the BJP leaders would talk about how financial assistance is already reaching now to a lot of disadvantaged women in the state.
Indeed, women voters are playing a big part in the outcomes in assembly elections as well as in Lok Sabha elections. You know, on many issues, they have a view different from the men folks, particularly on issues relating to housing, water supply schemes, cooking gas schemes, and as well as the issue of security of women. Because some of these states have had a very disturbing record in terms of protection for women, cases of atrocities. And therefore, whether it is Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan, the governments that are seen to be not responding to their concerns have been rejected, and the governments that have acted very fast and have improved the overall law and order situation and also the quality of life. You mentioned about the Ladli Behna scheme in Madhya Pradesh, which is a scheme to take care of the girl child. It was introduced by Shivraj Singh Chauhan, and over the last 10 years or so, we have seen the scheme being extended to different parts of Madhya Pradesh, and women actually benefiting from the scheme, because this is a scheme that actually involves a direct benefit transfer. There are no middlemen, and the women, I mean, the girl child is taken care of. I mean, when she's at the primary school stage level, secondary school stage level, and finally, when she passes the exam and then moves on to take a professional course, there have been several schemes which have been related to this Ladli Behna scheme. And Shivraj Singh Chauhan has earned a title of being Mama, that is uncle. I mean, that itself shows how the women voters have responded to these schemes, because this is something that has changed their lives. Therefore, and when it comes to this, women voters tend to look beyond caste, tend to look beyond other considerations that come into play. So therefore, they have been, and also when they turn up for voting, because women voters have realized that a vote is indeed marks a change in their lives, and it directly affects them. That's why you are not surprised when it comes to Madhya Pradesh or Rajasthan, for different reasons, how the women voters are playing a very, very crucial part. And the fact that they are increasingly participating in this exercise also goes to show they value their vote and they wish to exercise their franchise without any influence from other members of the family. Because we have known instances where within a family, the women have voted for a particular party and the men may have chosen some other party. That goes to show more and more women are thinking independently at issues that directly affects them and are choosing representatives or the party that can deliver them from these problems. And in the last 10 years, Munmun, you would agree that particularly the flagship programs of the Prime Minister Modi's government, whether it is Jal Jeevan Yojana or Prime Minister Awas Yojana, Swachh Bharat, you know, these are big flagship programs which is actually changing lives on the ground. Because in terms of quality, in terms of ease of living, now you have seen the piped water scheme. You know, the advertisements have been telling a very, very realistic story. Because I particularly have been quite impressed with an ad that actually tells the story of this Jal Jeevan mission. Har Ghar Jal, you know, Har Ghar Nal, which means that every home will have a piped water supply. Now, for us in the urban cities, we take for granted that piped water supply is not a big deal, at least unless there is a water shortage. But there were many villages. Before the Modi government took over, there were thousands of villages did not have this facility. And this program has been implemented on a war scheme. When you see an ad which says, "Ma kab pani aayegi," when will the water come to a stage that pani has already come? So you can see those, the change in their lives. Something like water so essential has changed their lives. This is an issue that is beyond politics, but definitely determines the political course of who is chosen to provide governance. Munmun.
Mr. Shekhar Iyer, if we talk about political course, you know, there are terms used in our elections like double-engine sarkar, double-engine governments. For our international audience, perhaps you can explain the importance of how, you know, I mean, the issues in assembly elections sometimes differ, but then there is also the contribution of the national government to the electoral process, or at least it's on the voters' mind, even when they go to vote in an assembly election.
Mark, you would have seen the Prime Minister in this round of campaigning in all the 4 assembly elections. You know, he has been talking of what he calls the Modi guarantee, which means he is personally standing for the promises made the BJP to the electorate, which is a kind of a message to the voters that so long as he is at the helm of the government of India, that the BJP, whatever the pledges it makes to the voters, those will be implemented given the time frame. There is no question of issues taking a backseat. There is no question of issues not being completed, projects not being completed in time. That culture of things, you know, hanging on fire for a long time, that the Prime Minister certainly changed. So when we talk of double-engine sarkar, the point is, when you have governments of the same party, both in New Delhi as well as in the state capital, there is some kind of a synergy that comes to play, rather than some politics that we have seen, say, between West Bengal government under Mamata Banerjee and the problems the center has had in trying to implement some of these flagship programs. Of course, there are exceptions like Odisha, where the Biju Janata Dal Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has been working in cooperation with Prime Minister Modi. When it comes to implementation of projects, there is no politics. But then Odisha is an exception. There are other governments where we have seen they cooperate in some, but otherwise they both look at the political thing. And many a case, like say for instance Kerala. In Kerala, the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who heads the left front government, has cooperated on certain matters, but at the same time, he is under pressure to play politics. So the concept of Modi guarantee or the double-engine sarkar is politics will not come in the way of vikas or development. When the issues of development comes, that should not be, because there are a number of issues for politics to be played upon. But when it comes to development, people can no longer wait, and people are unwilling to wait. So therefore, you can see they are willing to back anybody who can deliver them on the ground. And that is what the point that the Prime Minister has always emphasized in these campaigns, that we have already, you know, we are entering a period called Amrit Kal. This is the next 25 years towards India completing 100 years as a separate nation in 2047. Before that, the Prime Minister set some goals in terms of housing, in terms of water supply, irrigation, farmers' welfare, women's welfare, and infrastructure development. Now, these are goals to be achieved in the next 25 years. Yes. And when you have a government that is working in consonance, it can be a BJP government, it can be a non-BJP government. But the spirit of working together with the central government to implement these schemes are important. And that is why the double-engine sarkar concept has worked in places where there has been a strong regional leadership, and they have worked in consonance with the goals set by the Prime Minister.
Right. Shekhar Iyer, please continue to stay with us. Sudhir Singh ji will also stay with us. But let's get ground perspective now. Ravi Dhiman is joining us from Raipur. But before that, this is how the picture looks like. BJP is currently leading on 41 out of 90 assembly seats in Chhattisgarh. Congress currently is leading at 49, and others haven't opened their account as yet, which means that the gap is closing in between the Congress and the BJP. Earlier,
as you speak, it's even become closer.
Yes, it's becoming closer, the difference being just of 6 seats. Whether these trends will consolidate, whether there's going to be changes going forward through the day, that remains to be seen. But currently, it is a close fight between the Congress and the BJP. In Chhattisgarh, it is not a one-way contest as some exit polls had put before the counting day. Well, Ravi Dhiman is joining us from Raipur, the capital of Chhattisgarh in the Indian heartland. Ravi, how would you put this into perspective? Earlier, Congress was leading, and now the gap is only reducing between the Congress and the BJP. That means that perhaps it's still time before the last word can be said on this, isn't it?
That's true, Munmun, because many rounds of voting are scheduled for each and every assembly constituency. From 14 rounds to around 20 rounds of voting are slated for different constituencies. And this election has seen very exciting and very different voting patterns amongst the voters. For the first time in 50 assembly seats, the women voters have outnumbered the men voters. Although the overall percentage has declined by 0.5%, but the women voters have increased overall, and in 50, that is in majority of the assembly constituencies, the women voters have exercised their franchisee and they have outnumbered men. And many of the schemes which both the parties pitched in through their manifestos have been centered around the welfare of women, the welfare of the girl child, and or giving them LPG cylinders at a subsidized rate or giving subsidy in the LPG cylinder. Both the parties tried to woo the women voters, and in around 50 constituencies they have outnumbered men. So the results are still trickling in, and nothing can be said as of now with finality that the situation is, I think, going different every moment as we speak, and we'll have to wait to get a clearer picture, at least in Chhattisgarh, as the day progresses.
Indeed, Ravi, in fact, I'm looking at the results that are coming in on the Election Commission's website, and they are suggesting that the BJP is ahead, actually, in the leads. They are at 39 to 35, slightly. These are the real trends. I mean, the others are getting them through their correspondence and things. So the Election Commission seems to suggest that the BJP is ahead at the current time. How would you, analyze the situation in Chhattisgarh? Because, I mean, it is a state that is carved out of Madhya Pradesh, but it has been voting differently in a sense from Madhya Pradesh. Though, of course, the BJP has had two big terms there, or three terms, in fact, 3 terms under Raman Singh. And this is the only term that the Congress has had in a long time.
3. That's true, Mark. Ever since Chhattisgarh came into existence, it has not followed what many other states follow, the pattern of changing governments after every 5 years, where there is a direct contest between the BJP and the Congress party. Experts call it an incumbent inertia, where the people of Chhattisgarh have chosen to go along with the incumbent government, whether it be the BJP or, in this case, before the actual results came in, when the exit polls came, again, those experts were saying that the state continues to go with the incumbent inertia. The overall voting percentage was not much. In fact, it trickled down by 0.5 percentage points as compared to 2018. So any talk of an anti-incumbency was not there. But still, the results are coming in. Chhattisgarh has not been one of those states where the voters have decisively voted out the incumbent after every 5 years. And it will be very interesting to see whether the trend continues this time around, or whether the voters have already decided to change the guard here in Raipur.
Right, Ravi, we know that Bhupesh Baghel was projected by the Congress as his chief ministerial choice, whereas as far as BJP is concerned, it fought under the collective leadership. So once things consolidate by the end of the day, and whichever party is in a position to form the government, will that be the top question on everyone's mind, that will really if it's the Congress government, will Bhupesh Baghel hold the reins of the state, or whether T.S. Singh Deo is going to hold the reins of the state, even though what has been promised by the Congress is something very different? And will Raman Singh become the face of the BJP in case the BJP forms the government there in Chhattisgarh? What do you think?
Well, that's a mystery that can only be, we can only get to know the results once the results are out, and then the party, both the BJP and Congress have sent in senior leaders here just in case to prepare for any eventuality. Congress's choices are not very difficult to make because they have an incumbent CM, although T.S. Singh Deo has been giving interviews in the media claiming that this could be his last inning as an MLA, and this could be his, sort of a political swan song. But given the stakes that are very high, because in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, BJP is clearly gaining a lead with every passing minute. In Chhattisgarh, if Congress, gets to form the government, it will be a difficult choice for the Congress leadership in Delhi. The senior leaders are here, and I think they will have a chat with the leaders in Delhi and then decide on the CM space. But yes, T.S. Singh Deo has been claiming that now it is his time, that he should be given the mantle, he should be given the reins of the state, as this could be his last inning as an MLA. While the supporters of Bhupesh Baghel, they have a point to say that he has successfully brought the Congress back to power in Chhattisgarh despite many challenges.
If the Congress comes back to power,
he should be retained as the chief minister. For choices for the BJP would be not much of a challenge. Yes, Dr. Raman Singh remains a clear favourite as far as the BJP is concerned. But yes, anything would happen, and the senior leaders and the MLAs and the party high command may take a call on that.
Absolutely. So currently the situation is up in the air, as we say, but Ravi, we'll keep coming back to you for more updates as trends consolidate over the day today, and we'll take the discussion to the guest in the studio now. Mr. Singh, a very close fight, like Mark was saying. The Election Commission's website is showing that the BJP is ahead in Chhattisgarh, whereas most of the agencies like those that we are taking are showing that Congress is ahead, but it's still a very, very close fight. So what do you think is happening there? What are the issues that played a critical role there?
First of all exit polls stated that Congress is going to form government again in Chhattisgarh. That perception is being shattered by the actual trend which is emerging today. Second one, there are many issues. Corruption is of course a big issue. Some Mahadev app corruption issue, some irrigation corruption issue, and many others issue, fake IDs, etc. Religious discrimination also was an issue. And after all, anti-incumbency. As the data is going on on the screen, one thing is very visible, that others have lead over 2 seats. Others mean Ajit Jogi and some small tribal party, Ajit Jogi party, and some small tribal groups. They have aligned, and they have an alliance with the BSP also. So if they are going to lead over 2 seats, they are eating 5 seats of the Congress party.
Yes.
So once it will conclude finally, I think it is almost tie match.
Yes.
45, 44, 46, 43 kind of situation will be there.
And 46 is the majority mark, so that is where the party is.
I'm not aware of, but half an hour before, Chief Minister Baghel was trailing by the BJP candidate, who is from his own family. So all tall claims of Baghel has gone in the dustbin. Now the thing is that it is neck-to-neck fight or nail-biting kind of fight.
Yes.
So we can't predict anything, but it can be either way. The thing is that Chhattisgarh has shown again, Mark, that which I have underlined just before, that governance is the hallmark of Indian democracy. That is not a theoretical perception. That is a perception which has emerged from the common people.
Yes.
You know, and again,
that's pro-incumbency.
Yeah,
Development is pro-incumbency.
He has been rejected by the people of Chhattisgarh also.
Yes, so
these are strong messages coming out from the Chhattisgarh fight. But very interesting fight we have to witness.
Indeed, and if we even look at Rajasthan, there the BJP has, according to the leads from the Election Commission, has crossed the 100 mark. But the Congress is putting up a good fight, as you were saying. They are at 77, according to the Election Commission's website, 199 seats. So one has to really cross. I mean, if they have
100 is a majority
100 is the majority. You have to hit the century, otherwise you cannot form the government. In that case, you know, I mean, what do you think? In the past, when the BJP has won, they have won decisively. In the previous two elections, when the BJP came to power, the Congress has just about managed under Gehlot to have a majority for 5 years. What do you think? I mean, this looks like a close fight once again. Is it a very? It's a state that you know, the voters are divided in a sense. They see both the parties as potential.
There are core voters, Mark.
Yes.
And may I draw your kind attention that beside last election, where Congress, I mean, 2013 election probably, when Vasundhara Raje had a sizable majority, 140 plus, no time decisive mandate has been given in Rajasthan. Bhairav Singh Shekhawat ruled many times, but he never crossed 95. But he became chief minister many times, managing the numbers. The Congress last time in 2018 was little short, few 5-7 seats they were lacking. So I think BJP will gain 105, not much. Because as I have told you that Ashok Gehlot, despite the fact that there was an infight in the Congress, pilot was against him.
Okay, Mr. Singh, extremely important point being made by you, but some extremely interesting visuals are coming in at this point in time of celebrations taking place in Jaipur, where the BJP seems to have, as per the trends, crossed the halfway mark, also the majority mark of 100. The BJP currently leading on 104 seats. It is effectively 199-member assembly in Rajasthan because voting did not take place for one seat. It's a 200-member assembly. Effectively, it's come down to 199. The majority mark there is 100, and BJP is currently leading as per the trends that we are showing on DD India on 104 seats, followed by the Congress, which as of now seems to be a distant second at 72, and others are at 23. So once again, the Congress not being able to break the jinx of the ruling party not winning a second consecutive term for the past 30 years. This has been the trend since 1993 that the ruling party has not returned to power in Rajasthan. And the question now before the BJP would be, who would be the chief minister if the BJP is in a position to form the government, which looks like the case? Will it be the return of Vasundhara Raje, or will it be some other leader that the BJP will choose for the chief minister in Rajasthan? But there was a lot of anti-incumbency against the Ashok Gehlot government, it seems, and that narrative that the BJP built in its campaign of anti-incumbency against Ashok Gehlot, who is the outgoing chief minister in Rajasthan, seems to have caught the imagination of the people. There were allegations of paper leaks, of corruption, of scams as far as government recruitment is concerned, of communal flare-ups and polarization. So those were the issues that the BJP, particularly Prime Minister Narendra Modi, brought up in the campaigns against the Congress party in Rajasthan. And of course, there is always a long-running factionalism between the Ashok Gehlot camp and the Sachin Pilot camp as well in Rajasthan. So maybe that also divided the electorate, because one set of voters called the Gujjar community, they prefer Sachin Pilot, who has been contesting from Tonk this time around, and Ashok Gehlot contesting from Sardarpura. Remains to be seen how both the BJP Congress candidates are doing and what really is happening as far as the BJP camp is concerned.
A small addition.
Yes.
That who will be the chief minister in Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh in case of BJP possible victory? I believe it will be decided by the central leadership, but only compulsion of the central leadership is the immediate Lok Sabha election.
Yes.
Yes.
So that will be the biggest consideration.
So the party units need to be united.
Of course.
As they go into the general elections 6 months from now. It's an extremely important point that you are saying.
Whosoever
that
will
unity
be
of
the
the
chief
party
minister
will be an extremely
should have
important factor.
Personal appeal at the local level.
Absolutely.
So I think that will be constraining some of the option of the central leadership. Otherwise, central leadership will prevail.
Absolutely. So maybe the most
Clear
popular choice would be the choice of the central leadership of BJP as well. But more visuals coming in of more celebrations that are taking place. BJP leader Kailash Vijayvargiya celebrating in Madhya Pradesh. Remember, Kailash Vijayvargiya is up against Congress's Sanjay Shukla from Indore 1 assembly seat. And Kailash Vijayvargiya had won the seat with a margin of over 8,000 votes in 2018. Traditionally, it is a BJP-ruled seat, and Sanjay Shukla had won that seat in 2018. Kailash Vijayvargiya, for those who don't know, was previously the mayor of Indore and a senior leader as far as Madhya Pradesh BJP is concerned. So sweets being distributed in Madhya Pradesh. Celebrations are taking place. In Madhya Pradesh, it is the return of the BJP government. The BJP has been in power there for the last more than 18 years out of the last 20 years. Last time it was Congress that was voted to power, but the Kamal Nath government was there for only 15 months. There was a rebellion by Jyotiraditya Scindia, who had left the Congress party to join the BJP with 22 loyalist MLAs, and since then we are seeing that the Shivraj Singh Chauhan government has been ruling. This time around there has been no chief ministerial face of the BJP, and the BJP fought under the collective leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But it seems the appeal of the double-engine government, that is the government at the centre led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the government of Madhya Pradesh led by Shivraj Singh Chauhan, has appealed to the voters and captured their imagination. The development plank which the BJP talks about, the Prime Minister has been saying that the BJP ensured that Madhya Pradesh came out of the Bimaru state tag, that is a backward state tag, and came in the top 10 states of India. He's now promised that the BJP wants to take Madhya Pradesh to the top 3 states in India in the context of development.
Yes.
BJP is winning Madhya Pradesh. It is almost
That's very clear,
now.
yes. It's over 150 seats.
Oh, so it is clear almost. So, but one thing is very clear, that after Gujarat, where BJP has ruled over 30 years in continuity, Madhya Pradesh will be another state where BJP is going to, cross 20 years. Because 2003, they are first time they got elected after many years. So 2003 and it is 2023.
Yes.
So next 5 years, again 25 years. So BJP is Madhya Pradesh will be another laboratory of so-called BJP machinery or Hindutva, which has been alleged by the opposition. It will be a big success story. May I tell you that Madhya Pradesh remained one of the core BJP state even before the invent of BJP, when Janasangha was there. Because Janasangha was winning mainly from Madhya Pradesh, including present Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan. So BJP has a very strong organizational setup in Madhya Pradesh.
Indeed. So let's take a look at the headlines that we are following at this moment. In fact, we are going to...
there are more reactions coming in, and outgoing Chief Minister may well again be the incoming Chief Minister and may well be the 5th time Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Shivraj Singh Chauhan has tweeted, he has written on X, आज मध्य प्रदेश विधानसभा चुनाव के नतीजे आ रहे हैं और मुझे विश्वास है कि जनता के आशीर्वाद व आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के कुशल नेतृत्व में भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूर्ण बहुमत के साथ फिर सरकार बनाने जा रही है. So today the results of Madhya Pradesh Assembly elections are coming, and I'm confident that with the blessings of the people and able leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Bharatiya Janata Party is going to form the government again with full majority. So Shivraj Singh Chauhan has tweeted, he seems to be leading from the front on the day the counting of votes is taking place. May well be an indication of what is to come. He could well be the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh for a 5th term, creating history. As a guest in the studio was saying that in Gujarat alone, such a feat has been achieved by the BJP of being in power consecutively for so many decades almost, and now this is being replicated in Madhya Pradesh. So a vote for double engine government for both the central government schemes as well as the state government schemes in Madhya Pradesh. The development track record of the BJP government in the state and the centre seems to have appealed to the voters, and also maybe a lack of trust in what we saw was the Kamalnath government for the 15 months that it was in power, because he kept complaining that there's no revenue for him to deliver, and maybe that did not appeal to the voters.
So let's get some of the reactions that are coming in. Madhya Pradesh State Home Minister, the BJP candidate from Datia, Narottam Mishra, this is what he said, that the BJP is going to win big in the state. That's pretty clear.
जनता पार्टी जीतेगी और अकेला मध्य प्रदेश नहीं, राजस्थान भी, छत्तीसगढ़ भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी माननीय मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में सरकार बनाएगी। बिल्कुल मैंने पहले ही कहा था 2/3 बहुमत की तरफ हम जाएंगे, आप देख लें आ रहे हैं।
So you heard Narottam Mishra. He is the Home Minister of Madhya Pradesh, and he is contesting from the Datia seat. He is seeking re-election from that seat, and he is up against Congress's Avdesh Nayak, a former RSS functionary. Narottam Mishra, two-time MLA from the BJP, had won the seat in 2018 with a huge margin. But now everyone is celebrating the BJP victory. Remains to be seen how the particular candidates are doing in the fray of both the BJP as well as the Congress, whether there are any upsets there or not. But we'll continue our discussion with Mr. Sudhir, who continues to be with us. Mr. Sudhir, pretty evident now that the BJP is coming to power. You think that once again the central leadership will trust Shivraj Singh Chauhan for the Chief Minister's position?
It is very interesting that BJP has not declared anybody as a Chief Ministerial face in Madhya Pradesh. So it has some obvious reasons. Maybe BJP central leadership had anticipated that there are certain sections of the society who are not positive for Shivraj Singh. So if that was the issue, then Shivraj could be repeated. Otherwise, collective leadership means no choice. So it is up to the central leadership. And in Madhya Pradesh, there are many strong leadership within BJP, like Sindhia, like Prahlad Singh Patel, etc., who can take the one. But you never know, some surprise will also.
Right.
Yes, there can be a surprise too.
When we look at, you know, a particular leader leading for so many years, and there are schemes that the people have liked, but there is also, you know, as you were mentioning, the image that has to be presented for the 2024 general elections. And there is also a youthful population. People are looking to the future in a sense. There has to be a development of the second rung of leadership over a period of time. We can't see, you know, leaders leading for 20, 30 years at a time, unless, of course, they have that stature like Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But there has to be some progress, isn't it, in a political career of people. Otherwise, they may feel that they're not getting what they deserve.
You are correct, Mark. Yes. Therefore, BJP has not declared any chief ministerial candidate in Madhya Pradesh. So it is open. Pondera box is open. Anybody. But I believe that if Shivraj Singh is not the candidate, then Madhav Rao Sindhia, Jyoti Rao Sindhia is a frontrunner. Because he is a young man, he belongs to a certain, family system which has huge influence, at least in the Chambal region in particular, and rest part of the Madhya Pradesh in general. So he could be also a better candidate if Shivraj is not considered.
Okay.
But that will also depend on how the BJP performs in the region where he holds sway. A lot of rallies took place, by the way, in that region where Shivraj Singh Chauhan holds sway. And I think almost all of the MLAs that came with Shivraj Singh Chauhan, with Jyotiraditya Scindia into the BJP did get tickets as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe that it is, Chambal region has roughly 40 around seats. So it depends on the performance also. But things are visible positive in terms of performance in the Chambal region. So minus Narendra Singh Tomar, who is trailing, rest are leading or in a winning position. So let's see what central leadership of the BJP will decide about the chief ministerial phase.
Okay.
Indeed. Let's get in more reactions, and this time we're turning to Chhattisgarh, and the Chhattisgarh BJP President Arun Sao has said that the people are giving their blessings to the BJP.
And there's a reaction that has come in of Shivraj Singh Chauhan as well from Madhya Pradesh.
In fact, this is Shivraj Singh Chauhan that we are giving you first.
श्रीमान नरेंद्र मोदी जी एमपी के मन में है और मोदी जी के मन में भी एमपी है। उनके प्रति असीम श्रद्धा और अगाध विश्वास है। उन्होंने जो यहाँ सभाएं की, जनता से अपील की, वो जनता के दिल को छू गई और उसी के कारण ये परिणाम जो अभी रुझान आ रहे हैं, ये प्रमुख कारण है।
छत्तीसगढ़ की जनता भारतीय जनता पार्टी को आशीर्वाद देने वाली है। जिस प्रकार से पूरे प्रदेश में भ्रमण करने के बाद जो हमें विश्वास हुआ, उसके आधार पर मैं कह सकता हूं कि छत्तीसगढ़ में पूर्ण बहुमत से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनने वाली है।
And our correspondent Vishal Baristo is joining us from Jaipur. Vishal, it seems the jinx could not be broken by the Congress, and BJP seems to be in a comfortable position. If you look at the trends, the BJP is leading as per the data that we are showing in 108 seats, the halfway mark or the majority mark, in fact, in a effectively 99 member assembly is 100. So BJP leading in 108. Now the question is who would be the choice for the chief minister of the BJP, isn't it?
Well, absolutely. Very good morning to you, Munmoon, and my friend Mark. It's a $1 million question as to who would be the chief minister. Vasudha Raje is the front runner. In fact, 2 days back, she met the governor of the state and also worshipped at the Ganesh temple. Right now, I'm here at the BJP headquarters in Rajasthan. As you can see, the celebration has broken out. It's a total frenzy here. BJP workers, men, women, they are all dancing to the beats of the drum, and they are all rejoicing the great return of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And yes, you are right as to who would be the chief minister of Rajasthan. So it is going to be a tough question to answer, because Vasudha Raje, who has been the chief minister of the state for 2 times, has not been declared the chief ministerial candidate. In fact, there were a lot of difference of opinion as far as her name is concerned. There were a lot of opposition to her name within the party, within the cadre, that she should not be declared the chief ministerial candidate. But it all came down to the victory of Bharatiya Janata Party, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has done wonders for the party, because some of the exit polls were indicating towards return of Congress and incumbent Gehlot government forming again the government in Rajasthan. But ultimately it seems that BJP has won the state once again. Now who would be the chief minister? It is for the Prime Minister and Amit Shah, the 2 top leaders of the BJP, who would be deciding the man or a woman who would be heading the state for BJP in Rajasthan.
Vishal, you've been camping in the state for the whole time of the elections. Tell us a little bit about how this election played out for our international viewers, how the voters were reached out to by the main campaigners, and who the main faces were for the election.
Well, Mark, it was all between Congress and BJP, the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is in the helm of affairs at the center and in most of the states. But as far as Congress is concerned, it was all Chief Minister's face, Ashok Gehlot's face was visible all over the state. In fact, all the posters had Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot's face as far as Congress was concerned. And Sachin Pilot, who is the former Deputy Chief Minister of Rajasthan, was not visible that much as far as the Congress campaign is concerned. But at the very last moment, his face also emerged in some of the posters along with Ashok Gehlot. There have been differences between the two, and Ashok Gehlot was very vocal against Sachin Pilot. In fact, Sachin Pilot also threatened to break the party, I beg your pardon, and form an alliance with BJP or form a separate party. And the difference between the two, the difference of opinion and also the difference of vision between the two leaders, I think has costed Congress party a lot, especially in the eastern part of the state. But in BJP, though they did not announce the chief ministerial candidate, and Vasundhara Raje was always the first runner, but despite of her name not being announced, the central leadership united the party, and the cadre came very strongly, backed the party very strongly, and it was the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, the RSS, that also backed the party cadre. While when I spoke to CP Joshi, the speaker in the Gehlot government and the Rajasthan Assembly, who was contesting in Nathdwara against the heir of the former royals of Udaipur, and he was also telling me that what we lack is the organization, a strong organization, and that is costed Congress very badly. Yes, the anti-incumbency factor is one, but ultimately it was the infighting within the Congress party that has gone in favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mark?
Indeed. Thanks very much, Vishal. We'll come back to you for more through the day. Let's turn to Mr. Shekhar Iyer, who's been with us and has been analyzing the elections with us. Mr. Iyer, if we look at Rajasthan, you know, some of the analysts seem to think that this process of changing governments every 5 years is because the electorate consists of people who, you know, who think that we've seen what this government has given us, let's try somebody else the next time round. They always are looking for something different. Apparently, it is a process of one community. They call it the Marwadi community, which believes that, you know, every time let's try something different. Let's take a chance. They take a bet on it. Is that a decent analysis?
Well, I do not know whether any community specific that they desire a change. But the point is, they feel that by changing governments, they are able to get a better governance from the party that also put pressure on the leadership to deliver. So what we are seeing is voters in India are looking at performance, more on performance rather than on other issues like maybe even caste factor sometimes, or even overemphasis on ideology or being against one particular party. What we can see is governance is increasingly taking a better grip of elections. People, you know, actually look at, and also you'll notice one thing, Mark, when it comes to Rajasthan, people have voted differently in the assembly elections and in the parliamentary elections.
Right.
In 2018, they gave a chance to the government for forming government in the state. But within few months, when Lok Sabha elections happened, they chose Prime Minister Modi.
Right.
So, and here what has happened is they have seen 5 years of Ashok Gehlot government. Yes, there are certain schemes where Gehlot has delivered, but there are also issues of corruption, there are issues of scams, the examination leak and I mean, so many other issues that have come. And also the fact that Gehlot has faced revolt from within the party, particularly his inability to work with Sachin Pilot. Sachin Pilot was the Congress president when Congress won the elections in 2018. He was promised that he would be made the chief minister, but then they chose Ashok Gehlot. Since then, the chemistry never worked. And that also resulted in a revolt, an open revolt in 2020. At that time, Priyanka Gandhi had intervened and tried to assure Sachin Pilot that he will get his due. But all these years, Ashok Gehlot was not willing to compromise. He had even called Sachin Pilot all kinds of names, including that he had betrayed the Congress sentiments. So you can see that Congress is perhaps played, has paid a price for anti-incumbency, lack of unity, and also questions on governance issues. Otherwise, today, people would not have, of course, the Congress has not done badly. It has lost power, but definitely you can see that voters in Rajasthan, they also have appreciated the fact that BJP managed to put up a show. Earlier, there was a feeling that the division in the BJP between supporters of Vasundhara and those who oppose them could have some impact. But then, with the intervention of the Prime Minister, with the intervention of the Home Minister, we have seen the state BJP leaders decided to work together. And that is why today, Vasundhara Raje as well as other leaders have managed to bring about the success for the party in Rajasthan. Mark.
Indeed. And if we look at the Election Commission website's trends, it seems the BJP has 110 leads in Rajasthan. And there's a change as well in Chhattisgarh with the BJP crossing 45 there. So they had 46 according to the Election Commission, and the Congress is at 40. Our results are showing something slightly different. So, I mean, your comments on that, Mr. Shekhar Iyer, about what's happening in Chhattisgarh?
Chhattisgarh has actually indeed shown that the overemphasis on the leadership of Bhupesh Baghel and the way, the reports coming from the ground also, was rather confusing, saying that Bhupesh Baghel remains the best bet for the Congress, and therefore the Congress should not have a problem, and the BJP suffered in the last elections, has been unable to recover. But the picture we are seeing today is different, that Congress is actually maybe at the moment slightly above the halfway mark, but the BJP has definitely is close behind, and the return of Raman Singh back in the state arena, because he was asked to contest elections. He is a member of the Rajya Sabha, but he was asked by the party to contest, and he is there. So one can see that it is a revival of the BJP. At the same time, if you look at the issues that have bedeviled the Congress, particularly the Mahadev app scam, which the Prime Minister himself mentioned it, how poor people were conned into investing money or to bet on any matters, including cricket matches, IPL and things like that, and how they were all duped. The Mahadev app has had connections in Chhattisgarh, political connections. Those have also played an impact. And apart from that, you can also see that Bhupesh Baghel was seen as a person who has delivered on several schemes to the last bite. Maybe he has done so. But what the final analysis, if you see that the very fact that the BJP has again risen from the position it was forced to in 2018, is definitely, it shows that Congress cannot take issues for granted in Chhattisgarh. We do not know what is the picture. But one thing is clear, Mark, the fact that if Congress doesn't have a very comfortable majority, that could mean even if they form the government, there could be a lot of stability issues. Already we know the last time in 2018, there was a promise made, rather a kind of an agreement that for 2.5 years, Bhupesh Baghel would be Chief Minister, and the next 2.5 years would be T.S. Singh Dev.
Yes.
And Bhupesh Baghel refused to concede ground after he had completed 2.5 years, and he managed to convince High Command that he is the best bet. So therefore, the question is, if the Congress manages to win 45 plus crosses the halfway mark, will they still retain Bhupesh Baghel, or will they have to give a chance to T.S. Singh Dev? That's a big question that we are going to see.
Okay, stay with us, Shekharji. Also, J. Ramachandran, a political analyst, is now joining us. Mr. Ramachandran, such a pleasure to have you on the special broadcast. How do you analyze the day's counting so far? In 2018, we saw that the BJP had lost in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and Rajasthan, but the BJP now is coming back in all the 3 states. If these trends consolidate, Congress, which was in the opposition in Telangana, is coming to power in Telangana, it seems. If these trends consolidate, I should keep adding that. So what sort of soul searching would it lead to as far as the opposition alliance is concerned, because the general elections are just 6 months away? And is it a big boost for the BJP, even though these elections have not been bellwether in the past several occasions just ahead of the general elections? Still, do you think that it will boost BJP's confidence a great deal?
Sure, I do believe that BJP is having a positive trend looking at the election results which are coming up right now on the screen. it is not magic or anything which came out of the blue. It is right now what we see is the amount of work which has been done by the BJP government at the center, and especially Madhya Pradesh. When you look at it, there is not much of incumbency factor which has affected the Madhya Pradesh election results. Now, the double engine Sarkar, that project has worked well for BJP now. All the central schemes have been passed on to the people. So whatever results we are seeing at the moment is a result of all the good work done. And Rajasthan wanted a change. They are not running behind the magic of the magician anymore. We've seen the amount of crime that has happened in Rajasthan, which has affected the voting pattern as well, especially when you look at the constituencies where these kind of crimes have happened. There's a huge trend for BJP in those angles as well. Now, when we look at Chhattisgarh, yes, the Congress could have done better. And Telangana, we look at a narrative which is run across South India, where the Congress was a bit successful with whatever narrative they've run at South India. But hopefully when we're looking at 2024 parliament elections, this is a huge boost for BJP, and I'm sure BJP would ride on the new trend, which has given them enough confidence to run the 2024 elections. And Modi, the man, has made the difference for every bit of elections that are happening at the moment. And when we're looking at it, 2024 as well, the parliament election, it would be centered around the Prime Minister. That is what it looks like.
Indeed, Dr. Sudhir Singh is here with us. So it is the semi-final in a sense.
See, again, I stand with my conviction that it is not a semi-final. State elections are fought on regional issues. National elections are fought on national issues. But 2 points I would like to underline. Number one, BJP has crossed magic mark in Chhattisgarh. It is on 49 as per your screen.
That's right. Yes.
I don't know about election commission.
Yes, that's correct. 48, 49.
Okay. So, if BJP will win finally the Chhattisgarh, it will be a great booster to the BJP cadre across the country, not only in Chhattisgarh. Why? Because public narrative was that BJP has already lost Chhattisgarh. Before election, it was concluded by all leading media mughals. So, if BJP will form the government, Narendra Modi's popularity will be proven, because nobody even, as you have said, Raman Singh has told last time to few weeks before just to go and file your nomination, etc. Number 2 point, that Congress was ruling over Rajasthan, aspecting Madhya Pradesh, and ruling over Chhattisgarh. So Congress lost from Hindi heartland.
Yes.
Finally, Congress is gaining Telangana, which is a small state in terms of number of seats in Lok Sabha. But of course, Congress had something to say. But in India Alliance 2024 Lok Sabha, again Congress will be under pressure by the regional parties, because in Telangana, Congress has defeated a regional party, not the national party. BJP was not the contender. Right. So internal fight, which has little glimpse when Akhilesh Yadav fought with Kamal Nath in Madhya Pradesh, that will be a wide perspective within India Alliance after this.
So you're saying that the Congress is really not able to match the BJP when it's fighting against the BJP, but it can defeat the regional parties, in certain pockets where there is anti-incumbency.
You are largely, Mark, you are correct. But one point is very important into the electoral history of India. When Indira Gandhi lost in 1977, when Rajiv Gandhi lost in 1989, even South India gave unprecedented electoral support to the Congress party. So now Congress party is again confined to the South India. Karnataka, they are ruling right now, and Telangana, they may probably rule. So, but without
so the Congress is clearly ahead in Telangana, 61 seats.
Perspective to come into the center. So Congress, as a national opposition to Prime Minister Modi, is hailed from this mandate.
Okay, let's get in more reactions. The former Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Raman Singh, who we were talking about a little while ago, has said that the people have rejected the Congress government and the BJP will form the government in Chhattisgarh.
मध्य प्रदेश में भारतीय जनता पार्टी आगे है, राजस्थान में, और तीनों जगह स्पष्ट बहुमत के साथ सरकार बनेगी। और निश्चित रूप से आज के तारीख में बड़ी बड़ी बात करने वाले, ठीक है, नतीजा क्या निकलेगा, पर भूपेश जी का नतीजा दिख रहा है कि 2 राउंड में पीछे चल रहे हैं। इसका मतलब ये है कि जनता ने उनके सारे मंत्रियों को नकारा है, पूरी सरकार को रिजेक्ट किया है और भारतीय जनता पार्टी को पूरा का पूरा आशीर्वाद और समर्थन दिया है।
Let's keep talking to the guests who are with us. Mr. J. Ramachandran continues to be with us. Mr. Ramachandran, what do you make of the trend so far as Chhattisgarh is concerned? We are seeing it's looking
really
like a seesaw battle.
neck and neck over there, yeah, absolutely, yes. Neck and neck.
And as per the data that we are showing, BJP is ahead on 48 seats, now 47 seats. Congress is trailing on 42 seats, and the Election Commission is showing that
44 to 41
BJP,
actually.
Yes, is leading on 46 seats and Congress on 40. So this is, again, this could go either way, but it seems that the anti-incumbency sentiment was there against the Bhupesh Baghel government. How do you analyze the trends as they are in Chhattisgarh?
I would, Chhattisgarh people have voted against what the exit polls or any kind of prediction that has happened in the past. They've moved towards a development agenda. People of Chhattisgarh have seen, they are right now seeing what is happening around India, the kind of development that other states are getting when they align with the central government. So they've seen what Madhya Pradesh is getting. They've seen other states where the state is ruled by BJP and then the center supports with the double engine ka sarkar. That agenda has run well in all the states across where BJP is ruling. So the people of Chhattisgarh also have aligned to the thought of nationalism, I believe, at the time of voting, surpassing all the predictions that had come from different houses. And this Mohabbat Ka Dukan from Rahul Gandhi looks like has not worked across the voters. They are seeing BJP as the platform which can take India to the next level in the coming years, and especially with the international tension, the only option for people of India to be confident about their existence is BJP, and they've realized it. We are looking at a very mature voting this time when we look at Chhattisgarh as well. It has surpassed any kind of prediction that has happened in the past. Indeed. So yes,
yes, Mr. Ramachandran, if we look at, how people go through these polls and exit polls, and they sort of predict almost as an exact science what's going to be an outcome of an election. Do you think that, an exit poll is like an exact poll, or in something that is so close like the BJP and Congress in Chhattisgarh, you can't really predict a direction, can you? So, in a sense, the others are pretty clear. You can just show that there's one party that's going ahead very clearly. You can see the mood of the voter, and that you can predict and say, okay, they're going to get so many seats based on this, or you can have a gut feel. But it's not possible, perhaps, for pollsters to try and predict who's going to win when there's such a neck-and-neck battle.
Yes, looking at the neck-and-neck battle now, I would feel any kind of prediction based on any kind of survey method has not worked at the moment. And the focus of Congress on the caste survey, I feel, has backfired for them in Chhattisgarh. Looking at the way the population of Chhattisgarh is spread, the caste basis survey that Congress was pressing on, and the anti-Sanatan stand that they've taken, and anti-Hindu talks which have come from leaders of the top brass of Congress have affected their traditional votes as well when we look at it at the moment. Yes.
Let's look at the picture as it's playing out in Telangana and what could be its national ramifications. Shekhar Iyer, I'll come to you. We are aware that KCR has national ambitions, which is why he renamed TRS into BRS. Telangana Rashtra Samiti became the Bharat Rashtra Samiti, but here he has not been able to retain power in Telangana. Do you think that for the opposition alliance, this whole election and the counting will lead to a lot of food for thought, because they are wiped out of the Hindi heartland, and one party that thought that would be part of the opposition alliance in a very successful way, BRS, is also out of contention in the state?
One more, even before these assembly elections, the poster by the regional party was that without Congress actually doing well in North India, or in overall terms, without Congress winning at least 150 to 200 seats, there cannot be an alternative to a BJP government after the Lok Sabha elections. So the Congress has to revive itself in large parts of North India, including in the states where it went to polls this time, which went to polls. So what this election has reinforced is that Congress can win in, say, it won in Karnataka, now it has won in Telangana. But when it comes to being and providing an alternative to the BJP-led government in the Lok Sabha elections, things are far behind. And no matter what can be the tone and tenor of the Congress campaign, there can be personal attacks on the Prime Minister. There can be all kinds of allegations about nexus between business and the political leadership or the government. But those are not clicking with the people. People are looking at governance issues in the northern states where they appear to be reasonably satisfied where the BJP government is in power. Whether it is Uttar Pradesh, we saw it in 22, now we are seeing it in Madhya Pradesh. And if you are not able to retain a state where you are governing for the last 5 years, it means people have voted against you. Even if you are closer to halfway mark, but they have lost a number of seats.
Yes.
So therefore, I think what is coming up is that Congress is yet to reach a position where it can be leading an opposition. Now, this will force the other regional players to tell Congress, look, you are just one among us. You are not first among the equals, because the Congress had actually put this whole opposition alliance on a pause mode because it wanted these assembly elections to get over to reassert its position. But what has now happened is the so-called India alliance did not take off even after meetings in first in Patna, then in Bengaluru, then in Mumbai. Then there was a coordination meeting. Since then, there were a lot of difficulties when CPM didn't want to sit with Trinamool. Then there were problems relating to constantly Rahul harping on this Adani issue, which
we seem to have a little
Shekhar, you're talking about the problems in the opposition alliance. Please go ahead.
Mark, one thing is very clear. When Prime Minister Modi again took over in May 2019, he gave a little bit revised slogan, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. Prayas also, fourth one. So that is basically inclusiveness. And I mean, barrage of flagship schemes, toilets, gas, drinking water, better health facilities, infrastructure. India reached to moon. We feel that it is a small thing, but common man feel it differently.
Yes.
So those things are, this mandate is a blessing to the inclusive development model.
But I want to ask you a little bit more about what Mr. Shekhar Iyer was saying. He was developing on this theme that, the Congress now can't really say that they are the leaders of the India alliance and they are just one among several parties. Do you see the India alliance now, for the 2024 election, going to be, if there was a strong one party dominating, it may not have been such a strong alliance. Now that each one will say that they have their own share. Maybe it's going to be difficult for them to try and find out seat sharing and things like that, or to decide who is going to contest where. But this alliance, with the Congress becoming weaker, maybe the alliance partners, the others, would get stronger.
See, the very notion of India alliance itself is a contradictory one, because they declared that there will be no agreement at the assembly elections. How it is possible? Now, Congress lost Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh clear. Chhattisgarh we have to wait.
Yes.
Supposedly Congress will lose. So Congress has lost the strength to defeat the BJP even in 1-to-1 fight.
Yes.
So it provides a fresh edge to the regional parties that they are better electorally powerful to face BJP. So there will be a internal fight of leadership, and Congress is losing one here because Rajasthan you could not retain, Madhya Pradesh you couldn't capture, Chhattisgarh also you are losing. So it is again a big setback to the Congress aspiration to lead India at India Alliance at the national level.
Sure.
Of course, Congress has some relief from Telangana, but that relief is not enough. Congress is not going to be the central power of India Alliance in 2024.
Dr. Sudhir Singh, our correspondents are on the field and they are getting us reactions all the time. So here's Vishal Barristow talking to a few of the workers of the Bharatiya Janata Party in Jaipur.
Celebration has broken out here at the BJP state office. As you can see, these excited BJP women, workers, they are all dancing to the sound of the drums, to the beats of the drums. So let's ask them, कितना excitement है आपको?
जी देखिए, एक्साइटमेंट आपको देखने को मिल रहा है। महिलाओं ने बहुत मेहनत की है और मैं पूरी राजस्थान की हर महिला शक्ति को धन्यवाद देना चाहती हूँ कि इन्होंने जिस तरीके से इस महिला विरोधी कांग्रेस सरकार को उखाड़ फेंका है और प्रचंड बहुमत से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनने जा रही है। इसे हम पूरी महिला मोर्चा की टीम।
So as you can see, they are all dancing. They have already started the celebration, and BJP has taken a big lead. So BJP is back in Rajasthan, and the colors, the saffron balloons, and the excitement of the BJP workers say it all. With cameraman Alok Gupta in Jaipur, this is Vishal Barristow for DD India.
So, Mr. Ramachandran continues to be with us. Mr. Ramachandran, our correspondent was speaking particularly to women BJP workers in Jaipur, and I would draw your attention to what Smriti Irani had to say during the campaign. She said that this election is the battle for the honor of women. Do you think that the women electorate could have played a very central role in this verdict?
Yes, I do. And at one end, I would say it is the leading edge for BJP at this point of time with the women protection bill and everything that has come in Parliament has supported them, got the support from the women electoral base. That is on one side. On the other side, when we look at all the projects which the central government has been running, the direct beneficiaries have always been women, whether it be the LPG, and all the other infrastructural development which has happened. Women have been beneficiaries. They've benefited from all the schemes which have been brought out by the central government. So yes, we do see a trend where the women are getting aligned to BJP, and
there were concerns about lawlessness, lack of protection of women. The Bhilwara rape case grabbed headlines. So do you think that the women vote in that sense was of anti-incumbency or pro opposition because of this factor?
See, crimes against women has been a major issue that we as a country have been trying to tackle for years now. But when we look at from the perception that women, when they're looking at it, their point of view would be focused on who is giving them results and who are more focused on women's safety across India at different states. The new voter in India is not completely focused on only their state. They look at other states. They look at the national leadership as well when they look at larger agenda of political parties. So when they look at it, I feel Congress has fallen out at the region where they had to follow their promises. The promises looked empty for the voters. That is the main issue that Congress is facing at one end. And on the other side, you have BJP. Their promises have been kept. They're trying hard. It's a 24/7 machinery that runs at BJP. They're ready for elections. They're ready to bring out their mandate, and then they're trying to work on it. And you can see results on the street today. People are seeing the results of whatever projects have gone to them. It is not magic.
Indeed, Mr. Ramachandran, stay with us. We're getting more and more reactions coming in. Here's the Railway Minister, Ashwini Vaishnav. He's spoken about Madhya Pradesh. He said that the people of Madhya Pradesh have blessed the Bharatiya Janata Party with a resounding mandate.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी की बहुत ही प्रचंड विजय हुई है। इसकी हमें पूरी उम्मीद थी, पूरा विश्वास था कि मध्य प्रदेश के जन जन के मन में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रति जो विश्वास है, वो विश्वास आज के चुनावों में परिलक्षित होता है। आप सब जानते हैं, एमपी के मन में मोदी है, मोदी के मन में एमपी है। जिस तरह से प्रदेश में सरकार चली, 18 वर्षों में अच्छा काम हुआ, जितना अच्छा काम माननीय शिवराज जी ने किया, जितना अच्छा काम डबल इंजन की सरकार ने किया, जितना अच्छा काम संगठन ने किया, उसका आशीर्वाद आज मध्य प्रदेश की जनता ने दिया।
Yes, and Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist, continues to be with us. Shekhar ji, looking at the Telangana elections, do you think that this election can also be seen in the context of BJP's rise? Because in 2018, BJP won 1 seat in the outgoing assembly. It has 3 MLAs. It won 4 Lok Sabha seats. If we look that in the context of assembly segments in 2019, that was 21 assembly segments. Currently, it is leading on 8 seats. That's 7 more than the 2018 figure. So do you think that BJP is trying to expand itself in South India? The only state where it's come to power in there is Karnataka.
Well, this election is going to set the stage for BJP to revive itself as the main opposition party. Because with the decline of TRS, which had changed its name to BRS, and with the fact that the KCR facing this kind of a severe setback, it will be now up to the BJP to play that opposition role. And I can see that within the Telangana state itself, there will be regrouping of forces, there will be regrouping of political personalities who would like to see that that there is a formidable opposition to the Congress. Because the revival of the Congress, as I was speaking earlier, will have to be seen in terms of what has happened, because MIM has also not done that well even in its stronghold areas. So the question will arise, what is the factor that has helped the Congress? As I was saying, like in Karnataka, the minority vote played a big part for the Congress to win in Karnataka. Similarly, in Telangana, have the minority votes shifted from the TRS to Congress party? And also the question of what about the Reddy factor, the OBC factor? Now, all these leads to a situation where, Munmun, I feel BJP has definitely gets a larger room, a larger role to play as an opposition party.
Indeed, we'll go across now to our correspondent Dibyendu Mondal, who's been at BJP headquarters and watching developments there. Dibyendu, we've been showing celebrations all across, from Madhya Pradesh as well as Rajasthan. We haven't got visuals from Chhattisgarh, but you tell us, what's headquarters like?
Well, Mark, as the results started to trickle in and it was clear that the BJP is going to form government once again in Madhya Pradesh and they're winning Rajasthan. BJP workers have started to come in. The preparations have begun in full swing now at the BJP headquarters. If you can see behind me, the cutouts of the BJP's national president, JP Nadda, has already been put in place. The Prime Minister's cutout has also been put in place. The preparations with the railings as well as, the flowers have started to come in for the decoration of the party office. The political party leaders of the BJP have started to come in, and the senior leaders, in fact, from the BJP, even former union ministers and some of the union ministers have also started to come inside the BJP headquarters here in the national capital. And just a couple of hours from now, it is also expected that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also be visiting with Union Home Minister Amit Shah at the BJP headquarters here in New Delhi. Also, there will be several workers from across Delhi and from different states that will start coming in here at the BJP party office in New Delhi as the day proceeds. So what we can perhaps say now is that the party workers are in the mood of celebration. They are jubilant. They are happy that the BJP have done well in both Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. Many of the exit polls had given a tough contest, had in fact shown that a tough contest would be between the Congress and the BJP in both these states, but the results were completely different. And the party workers are excited. They are happy that the BJP could come back, and of course celebrations will continue here from the BJP headquarters here in New Delhi.
Sure, we'll be coming back to you for more, Dibyendu, as and when those celebrations begin. But Dr. Sudhir Singh, the BJP has crossed 50 now in Chhattisgarh. So, I mean, it's not only Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, it's clearly the vote is for the BJP in Chhattisgarh, because it's like a big rise, maybe about 30 plus seats since the last election.
I have already told you that BJP is going to form government in Chhattisgarh. Even when I joined you, BJP was below 40. Because of certain obvious reasons, Chief Minister is still trailing from his constituency by the BJP candidate, Patan. And smaller parties stitches an alliance, and that alliance has carved out Congress vote. Even in 10 constituencies, so 10 constituencies went to the BJP as a gift type situation. And anti-incumbency was at its peak in Chhattisgarh. And all public narrative was that BJP has already lost Chhattisgarh. But people of Chhattisgarh gave a decisive vote, mandate to the BJP. One more thing I would like to highlight, that women factor, which you have asked earlier with other panelists. Women factor has emerged as a very crucial factor in Indian election, not in this assembly election or that assembly election, even at the national level. Women is a silent voter, and you can analyze different voting patterns. Every state, women are voting more than men. Even in Uttar Pradesh, which was a massive victory in 2022, or data will come of these 4 or 5 states, you will find that one. It is in Lok Sabha also, 19 Lok Sabha. Why it is so? Because all flagship schemes are targeted to women. Prime Minister Modi government has given more than 5 crore houses to the poor families. So who is the beneficiary? Women. Toilets, who is the primary beneficiary? Women. Drinking water, health facilities, education facilities, better infrastructure. So women are the biggest beneficiary, and women felt that we are not believing on anything which is a kind of a big promise, but we believe in actual delivery of the services at the doorstep. So that Prime Minister Modi government has nurtured this strong vote bank, and that is paying.
So clearly, from being a silent voter, women in India are beginning to play a much more decisive role in elections, and now with the reservation as well, will play a more decisive role in governance.
Yeah, and I would like to one more point. Since you have international audience here, so this is a big lesson for other democracy, because women in America till date, 250 years after the foundation could not become the president.
Yes.
And participation of women in Western countries in terms of voting turnout is lesser than men. So it is a lesson for them. They must learn from Indian democracy that women are voting more than men. So they must learn and implement it for the betterment of their respective society.
What is the sign going into the 2024 Lok Sabha elections? Very briefly, if you could tell us.
It will be a great booster to the BJP cadre across the country, and of course people at large will make their mind that Modi is the best option given the situation. So I think BJP will be the beneficiary.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Mr. Singh, Shekhar Iyer, Mr. Ramachandran, as well as to all the reporters, thanks very much for joining us on this special broadcast where we are celebrating the Festival of Democracy with the international audience. And the latest at this point in time is that BJP seems to be in a position to be forming the government in the Hindi heartland states. There are 3 states here where the counting are taking place in the Hindi heartland. One is Madhya Pradesh, another is Chhattisgarh, and the third one is Rajasthan. And the Congress, which is the principal opposition party here in India, is set to form the government, it seems, in Telangana. But it still remains to be seen who the chief ministerial candidates would be, who would be the next chief minister in the 4 states.
Indeed, and as these leads get consolidated, we will continue to keep you updated on the Festival of Democracy. Our program continues, but we will shift now into the mode where we are going to be focusing on the news as well. The news always comes first here on DD India, but the main news will be, of course, the electoral process and the elections of these 4 states.
So don't go anywhere. Election news and analysis and other news will be there throughout the day for you here on DD India, the voice of credibility. Thanks for watching.